Hey guys, Little Lad here today with a deck profile actually of my Malefic build. But before we get into that, I would like to do a quick video response to darthmarth333. I don't know if you guys can read that, but yeah. And yes, I know I put it on a shift card because after you watch this video, you should shift down to his channel and check out the Pod Duality contest he's holding. I'm just helping him try to get some subscribers down, so yeah, that's why I'm doing this video response for my deck profile. When you go subscribe to him, just PM him that I was the one that sent him to you. Yeah, Little Lad 92. So yeah, if you guys want to try to enter his contest, go ahead. He has some Blackwing, Lightsworns, and Glad stuff that's up for the contest. And if you guys really want to build those decks or want to heighten them up, then that's the contest you want to check out. But yeah, it's up to him. PM him that I was the one that sent you there, and yeah. Well, now on to the deck profile. Okay, for my Malefic build, I know I've seen most of them. This one probably runs a little different, but for monsters, we have one Morphing Jar, it's for draw power, and yeah, that's self-explanatory. I even said in a previous video, I practically have all these guys in my decks. Single Gale, it's a tuner, and since in Malefics, only one monster can attack at a time, I use most monsters just for their effects. Excuse me. This is just one of them, and this deck does synchro. Let's see. 2 breakers for back row hate, and if they are able to attack, I would use that. Sometimes monsters don't stay long on the field, or they get bottomless or whatever, so for just to protect myself and buy me some time, I have a single Marshmallow. And it's funny when they attack into this, because it's a Malefic deck. They probably expect something big, heavy, and scary, and look at the little guy. I run 2 Cyber Dragons. I'm trying to find alternate art ones just because those look so much cooler. But for now, these 2 will do fine. Later on in the deck, I will also explain why these guys are in here. It's actually funny. Run 3 Fusilier. I would run Barbaros, but this deck, more than Malefics, it runs machines more. And the Fusiliers are also great targets for a card I will explain later, but in case I need a summon, he's good. For Malefics, I have 3 Malefic Stardust to protect the field spells, and it's easy enough to grab out. Plus, I don't prefer the other Malefics because their materials, they clutter up the deck. I mean, sure, it's a good thinner, but if you get them to your hand, they're dead, basically. And 3 Cyber Ends. They're 4,000 beaters. Why wouldn't you want to have them in this deck? Okay, on to the spells. Single Terraforming. I think 1's good enough. I don't really need 3 or 2. I only run 4 field spells in this deck anyway. Staple Dark Hole. This deck, it does run Dimensional Fissures. I never use the graveyard for this deck, so it's like, why not? I wouldn't care if my monsters get there. Plus, it's an MST target because people are so concerned about sending their monsters to the grave. 2 MST staple back row hate. 1 Forbidden Lance doesn't affect this deck so much, but since people try to bottomless, they try to Mirror Force or Torrential, using these in one of your monsters isn't really a big deal since they're beaters anyway. For field spells, I run 2 Future Fusions. This stops most plays since this deck usually special summons anyway. Normal summoning doesn't affect me. The only thing it will hit is the Fusiliers, but that doesn't matter because once the Fusilier leaves the field and it comes back the next turn, it has its full 2800 attack points, so that doesn't really affect it. And 2 Malefic Worlds. This card's great if you cannot get Malefics to your hand, and later on I'll explain why this is also a great choice for spells. For the explanation on the Cyber Dragons, I run a DNA Surgery because this deck does have the Chimera Tech Overload, or my bad, Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. So it's just funny to turn them all into machines and just scrap them all. Single copy Mirror Force, staple. For more draw power, I have 3 Reckless Greeds. Now, the reason why this is here is because of Malefic World. Because since you have to skip draw phases anyway, excuse me, For Malefic World, you still have to choose if you need to skip your draw phase. So you can activate these, and then if you have Malefic World, you can still keep drawing in your Malefics since you're skipping your draw phase anyway. And to furthermore this deck, you have 3 skill drains, and that helps a lot. Sure, Malefic Stardust loses its ability, but so does the attack. Too bad though that one Malefic can only stay on the field, because it is a stipulation, so you can only have one Malefic. But they lose their ability where all monsters can't attack, so now you can start attacking with these 2800 beaters, and so on and so on. Single copy deck devastation virus, just in case the deck depends on weak creatures like doppel plants or quick draw synchron. 2 eradicators, these probably won't be coming out of the deck because they really help. And they do get a peek of the hand just so you can see what's there. Plus, if you call spells or traps depending on the deck, if it's spell or trap heavy. And 2 dark bribes. The dark bribes, sure, 1 card makes the difference, but you really need to stop those giant Trunade plays or any cards that just destroy this deck. I would run Magic Drain, but they could ditch a card and it's just too risky. For the extra deck, you have 1 magical android. Like I said, I use most of these monsters just for their abilities and just to gain life points as a plus. 1 Bryonic, same thing, just for bouncing cards back to their hand. It could attack once skill drains out anyway since it loses its ability. Ancient Fairy, it could be good for defenses, and you could use it to, it's another terraforming, just add a field spell to your hand. 1 Black Rose, there are some times where you might want to blow up the field in case you get nothing. 1 Colossal Fighter, it's the same explanation as a Marshmallow, and it does get around skill drain because it has to be in the grave in order for its effect to go off. 1 Scrap Dragon, same thing, just back row hater if I need to get monsters out of the way. Of course we have, sorry about that, 3 Stardust Dragons for the Malefic Stardust, and 1 of each rarity. Sorry, it couldn't be at 4, so I couldn't stick in the secret there. But yeah. 1 Arcanite Magician just because I could sing for it. Same thing, it just pops the field. And 2 Chimeratech Fortress Dragons for the DNA Surgery Cyber Dragon play. And the Cyber End Dragons. Just, yeah, there's Malefic Cyber in here, so. For a side deck, excuse me, this is taking forever. We have another filled-in breaker just in case deck is so abusive with back row. A 3rd Dimensional Fissure in case the deck really depends on the graveyard. Lightning Vortex in case the deck swarms. A Magical Citadel of Endymion in case one of my field spells does not work for the deck. Because one time I did face a, what are they called? A Fortune Lady, there we go. For a Fortune Lady deck, and the Future Fusions just helped them, so having this card in there instead is a great plus because it reuses the breakers and Arcanite if I get them out. Swords of Revealing Light, it could come out because I haven't really had a problem with being attacked, but it is a good stall in case I don't get the cards I need. 2nd Deck Devi, just, yeah, same explanation as the first one, just in case a deck depends on weak creatures. Single-sided Mind Crush, might main it soon, but it's a great side, just, you get a peek at their hand anyway with the virus card, so you pretty much know what's in their hand nowadays. And if they Gold Sark or Smoke Signal or anything like that, yeah. Single Torrential, don't main it because it could hurt me since I played the Dimensional Fissures. 2 more DNA Surgeries, just if I want to be funny and whatever. And just keep stealing their monsters. 2 extra Macrocosmos. It's the same as the D-Fizz, sure, but it's debatable. And for any deck, like Gravekeepers, I mean, sure, they're okay since they play a field spell, but I'd rather not have those. 3-sided Death Tornadoes. Same thing, could be for back row hate and whatnot. And yeah, that's my Malefic deck. So just comment below any opinions or whatnot on the deck, or if you guys like it. And again, go shift down to darthmarth333's channel and check out his contest. Subscribe. Remember, PM him just to let him know I let you there. Alright? Little ad sending out. Peace.